Ja Morant trade incoming. Here I am, Jet 707, giving you guys the latest. I've heard a lot of people asking about this and talking about it. Is it gaining steam? Is it a good idea? And what does a trade package look like? Does he bring a lot of star power, or is he a has-been? I don't know. He's 26 years old, going on 27, but kind of like Derrick Rose before him, the athleticism looks like it's fading. Number one, any trade would probably involve Fred VanVleet, and I've heard people say this a bunch of times that we can't trade Fred. He has a no trade clause. We need his blessing. No, we absolutely don't. Tomorrow's the deadline for him to pick up his $25 million option, and if he opts in, he's 100% tradable. The confusion stemming from 1+1 standard NBA contracts come with an implied no trade clause, meaning if you have a player option, the team can't trade you in your first year. But if you pick up that second year, they can trade you. In fact, Fred was posting something kind of cryptic. I saw the post earlier on Reddit. I guess it's from his social media. Something about operating at a higher frequency and the decision to better yourselves can come at a cost, or something like that. So maybe he knows. I've heard that the Rockets are not interested in giving him more money, like an extension on less money, and that's a good idea. So is this trade likely? Maybe. We see a lot of teams reaching for quote unquote stars now. LaMelo Ball going to the Timberwolves. I don't think that's going to work out for them. I think they gave up too much, and I mean, that's what they're going to do. They're going to run that 4-out team now. We'll see. They definitely needed to stop the double teams on Anthony Edwards. But for Ja Morant, I see in every Rockets video people are pounding their fists on the table for him. And it's like, we got to remember, guys, this guy has played 79 games in the last 3 years, and in fact has missed 247 games in his 7-year career. I get it. He was an all NBA guy, in his third year? In fact, under the current rules, you have to play a 65 game minimum. He would have qualified once in his career. Once in his career, he's played 67 games. So I'll tell you, he's played 67, 63, 57, 61, 9 games, 50 games, and 20. Some of that due to suspension, but honestly, he looks like his athleticism is fading. I mean, you've heard the quotes himself years ago talking about he didn't want to dunk anymore, and people thought he was joking, but apparently he wasn't, and those dunks are few and far between. But he still gets to the free throw line at a decent rate. Definitely a good passer, but those come with assists in a quote-unquote possession maxing offense. Do the Rockets switch it up? Maybe they add star power. Honestly, I think this trade is something to keep your eye on as the deadline gets closer. All right, he's got 2 years left on his deal at over $42 million. And contrary to what's being reported, you'll hear from these people that, we would do this trade and we're giving up this pick and this pick. No. League executives around the year, it's been being reported that Memphis is the ones that would have to give up at least one first-round pick to offload his deal. And Memphis had a good draft. Boozer, Kareem Lopez, and Richie Saunders. Grit and grind definitely looks like it's coming back. And do they want Ja Morant around and his bad juju? Do they want him polluting the youngsters' mind? I don't think so. They got multiple draft picks in plenty of years. I personally would ask for a 2030 first rounder. Muhammad the Bone Draft, just saying, if you guys have not watched him, he is the next big thing. Trust me on that. But back to Ja Morant and his how do we say, this guy is not exactly the pinnacle of health. In fact, the last time this dude played 7 straight games for his team, Dylan Brooks was on their team then. And everybody cries around about shooting, and we definitely need it, but you won't find any of that here. Ja Morant has had 1 year where he was over 34% as a three-point shooter. In fact, the last 3 years he's under 30%, or 30 point whatever. He has some 20-ish seasons in there, including 23% from deep this season. I mean, yeah, we'd be able to get more rim pressure, but that shooting with two non-shooters already in the starting lineup, I don't see the fit, which is why Memphis would definitely have to give some draft compensation. Not to mention he's got a 15% trade kicker. However, besides the picks, Memphis has some intriguing young assets. What would a three-team deal look like, first of all? It would be mostly, well, we'd be able to get rid of bad contracts. It would be Ja Morant and one of their young guys, and they got plenty of good young contracts. Scotty Barnes on the cheap for 2 years, Cam Spencer, and Olivier Maxence Prosper. That's probably who we would throw in there. Listen, the Grizzlies just don't have the roster space at some point here, so they're going to have to start cutting or getting rid of guys somehow. On a high end, if they really, really wanted to get rid of them and not give up any first rounders, you could ask for Jalen Wells, and you're getting a tough 3-and-D guy with 2 years left on his rookie deal. He's gonna be really damn good. He already is really damn good. Takes the toughest assignment every night. Knockdown shooter, 6A. You definitely want him on your team. But for now, just the mock trade, it would be Ja Morant and Olivier Maxence Prosper. He's good, 6'7", 230-pound forward. He's 23. He'll be turning 24 soon. But he's quite the athlete. 7'1" reach, 40-inch max vertical, and he played relatively well for the Grizzlies last year. It's like, yes, they were tanking, and I mean, they're running him out there as a small ball center. I played about just under 20% of his minutes as the small ball center. But this is a dude that can guard 2 through 5, and he's shown some shooting ability this past year, so he would definitely be a good get. So what does the mock trade look like? The trade is Ja Morant, Olivier Maxence Prosper for Fred VanVleet, Clint Capella, and Dorian Finney-Smith. DFS's contract is not that bad. It's not guaranteed after this year, so they'd essentially be getting an expiring deal. And Clint Capella has 2 years at $7 million, and they don't really have a backup center anyway for Zach Edey, so that it would definitely be a good trade for both parties. And honestly, you could probably ask Memphis to throw in some seconds too, if that's all they're going to do. Like, how bad do they want to get rid of Ja Morant? Because they're not going to get anything for him. Do you want to just say, hey, we're washing our hands of it, we don't want you around the young guys? I would think so. But let's get to the last point. Would you do this? I mean, I know everybody keeps thinking that, yeah, we need some more star power. Every other team's doing moves besides the Rockets. I would say no. Unless Memphis is attaching a first rounder, I still wouldn't do it. Right now, I probably wouldn't do it at the moment. Listen, we got to see what our full team looks like. We did not get to see that last year because of Fred's untimely injury. But this is definitely a trade that could gain some steam as the year goes on. If, let's say, the Rockets start off poorly, or if Fred were to get injured again, knock on wood, hopefully that doesn't happen. If that were to happen, I could definitely see something like this happening. But until then, I would probably say no. I would just say these rumors are kind of ridiculous at this point. I don't think he has much value around the league. But let me know what you guys think, man. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Jet707. You guys tap in next time. Peace.